In their 2001 album Soundtrack for a Generation, Student Rick sang Sunny Monday and Nothing's Going My Way. Do you know what would cheer you up, Rick? Watching Monday Matters right here on Gary's Stuff. Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today indeed is Monday Matters. I'll be having a look at some of the news and rumour from around the modelling making world this week. I'll be having a look at what I've been up to on my bench, and of course I'll be announcing this week's kit of the week. All these bits come as chapters, so you can hop backwards and forwards as your heart desires. Now, of course, anything you see on my channel, please do remember, imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. And if you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and you'll be notified of all my future videos as they are produced. And of course, if you want to offer any more concrete support, you can do that through Super Thanks, by becoming a channel member, or by joining any of my online partner programs. Now, before we get to the news this week, just one thing I really wanted to talk about. With the live stream we had in the week, there's more and more people have been asking if we're going to do a group build at any point. So I thought, let's look into that. Let's look at doing a group build. Now, what I thought of, because the recent Vintage Classic release videos have been actually pretty well received, I thought we'll do something not just restricted to FX Vintage Classics, but how about kits that the molds for which were made 50 or more years ago, so anything sort of 1973 and before, probably autumn time, so give everyone a chance to get over holidays and what else, and get back to the sort of routine of model making, as it were, if you have a routine of model making. And also gives people time to do stuff, but doesn't then crash up against Christmas and all that. So like it finished before Christmas, but maybe towards the end of summer. So autumn seems like a good thing. A few people have suggested autumn, so that's what we're going to go with. We're going to call it Autumn Gold. Gold because it's 50 or year over. And Group Build 2023, hoping it's going to turn into something we do every year. So this year, it's all about kits that are from molds that are 50 or more years old. So I'm going to put up a couple of polls on my community tab online. So if you go to my homepage, then click on the community tab, and you'll see there'll be some polls that you can vote for on there. How long it should run for, what sort of rubric there is, what rules there are, whether there should be some sort of prize really as well, or just going to do it for the fun of it. Let's see what you'll think. It will be, I've got to figure out how we're going to share builds as well, because it's not immediately straightforward. Obviously we could do it through something like Facebook, but not everyone wants to use Facebook ads, so that's fine. So maybe send me pictures and then I publish them up online. I'm kind of thinking I should do like a thing maybe in Monday Matters during the period, even separate videos. Certainly a video at the end to say this is what the pitch has been done on the group build. Let's see how we go. I've got to work out a few things in the background, back office stuff to do all of this, but I think it'd be good fun, and I've got some ideas of what I might build. You probably have as well by now. As soon as I mentioned it, as soon as I said that, it's got to be 50 years. Generally speaking, if there's going to be people like, can you use aftermarket? Can you do this? We'll work all of that out. There's, it's not an international competition. It's not IPMS at Telford. This has to be a bit of a laugh. So, maybe two classes, one for complete out the box as you get it from the manufacturer, however that may be, and maybe one for anything goes, do as much as you like to it, because you can make the frog kit of the Submarine Attacker, which I think is from about 1957, and that's a pretty dire kit, and you need to do quite a lot of work on it to make it look half decent. But then there's aftermarket for it as well that actually brings it up to the standard of a proper kit, if you like. If you ever have built one of these or seen one of these, you'll know what I mean. So maybe there's some people who love to just pile in aftermarket and new decals and do everything they need to do to it. And there are others who like to build, right, this is what I got from the company. This is what I'll use, and this is how I'll do it, and see what we can make out of it from that. There's good things about both camps. I think both should be represented. So maybe it's like a kind of a two classes of build. I'm not saying one's better than the other. It's out the box and open, anything goes sort of thing. That's what I feel it should be anyway. There's going to be some other options on the community tab. Have a look, have a think. Let me know what you all think, and then we'll get together some ideas of dates. And I think 3 months is enough to run it for. I don't think you can really do a month because people may not have kits that they really want to buy or build or get hold of. They may not be easily available. But so I've always wanted to make ones. I'll get one of those for this group build. Maybe a month isn't then, yeah, and then to get it and to start building it and do all the work you want to do on it. Maybe that's not enough time. More than 3 months just feels like, when should I bother starting? And people will get a bit bored with it after a while. But I'll do updates as we go. Interesting builds, interesting things that are happening, and let's see how we do. So I reckon 3 months to cover the autumn, and we'll take it from there and have a look at some options for rules. Okay. Let me know what you think. Please, always let me know what you think. Either on the community tab when I've put the polls up there, or indeed through the comments boxes below here. Okay, that's what it's all for. Should there be a prize? Should there be a prize? Is the glory the sole option there, or do we, maybe find an old school kit, a vintage classic kit to give away? One of these lovely new snazzy t-shirts. These are embroidered ones. You can't buy these yet. This is an embroidered one, and maybe one of those. We'll think of something. Let me know what you think. Okay, well, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this segment. So maybe let's get on and have a look at the news of the week. First of all, a quick reminder that Outlaw paints are now available for pre-order in the UK through spruebox.co.uk. The pre-order 10% discount lasts for the whole of the month. DBMK has shown draft schemes for their 1/48 scale Supermarine Scimitar. I'm told that all the Underwing stores will be there as appropriate, be they buddy refueling pods or Redbeard nuclear weapons, with a red tail from 800 Naval Air Squadron and the foaming tankard of 800B Naval Air Squadron on show. Guess I'll be buying 2 of them. Italeri has released its new kit of the AMX Ghibli in 1/72nd scale, a nice looking kit of a surprisingly little known attack aircraft. Also little known is the Fiesler 167. AZ has this new kit in 1/72nd scale. It was originally designed in the late 1930s as a torpedo bomber for proposed German aircraft carriers. Very few Fiesler 167s were built. Their only combat use was in Croatia, ferrying supplies, where its superb short-field performance was a bonus. And yes, one did shoot down an RAF Mustang in October 1944, probably the last biplane kill of the war. Magic Factory has this dual combo set of the Vought Corsair in 1/48 scale, one kit of the F4U-1A fighter and one of the F4U-2 night fighter with the radar in the wing. Both come with canopy paint masks, optional wing folding and gun bay details. Also from Magic Factory is this Bradley short-range air defence vehicle in 1/35th scale, featuring advanced electro-optical tracking systems, jammers, and a 30mm autocannon. It was a proposal that was never taken up by the US Army. I Love Kit has this 1/35th scale kit of the Crusader self-propelled howitzer, sadly only one prototype of which was ever built. Mind you, if that barrel comes in the kit as a metal part, you'll be wanting some serious ballast in the back end. Border Models has this new kit of the 28cm howitzer made by Japan at the turn of the 20th century, here in 1/35th scale. The Russo-Japanese War of 1904-5 is a fascinating period of military history. Continuing their impressive range, First to Fight has released an SDKFZ 247 armoured car in 1/72nd scale. This one comes with a mounted MG42 machine gun. In 1/35th scale, Gecko has announced a range of civilian farming scenes. These depict the 60s and 70s, ideal for that very different Vietnam War diorama. From Chilean company Modular Headquarters comes some really cool new 3D printed resin accessories. These include things such as the scimitar blades for the updated C-130 Hercules, some modification kits for armour, and a range of diorama materials in various scales. Worth checking out their website. However, they do have some new resin kits, including a 1/350th scale Halnabu 2 flying saucer, and a model of Die Glocke, or the bell. This is allegedly some Nazi parascientific device associated with anti-gravity and free energy research, presumably to power the flying saucers. Anyway, you can make it in 1/72nd, 1/48th, or 1/35th scales, just very, very carefully, of course. And finally, something far more believable is the Atlantis reissue of the 1965 Flash Gordon and the Martians set in 1/8th scale. I mean, Flash Gordon's real, right? On my bench this week has been the Commonwealth Boomerang in 1/72nd scale, an Airfix Vintage Classic. I enjoyed making it. There's not that much to do to it to make it reasonably good. There's not a lot of panel misalignments or anything like that. It's actually pretty decent fit. The only thing I would say is maybe that the new decal sheet comes with a lot of stencils, and they're quite small stencils, and they were there, so of course they're being reproduced, and that's very good. But maybe just with especially on the darker colours on the upper surfaces, with the very prominent riveting, there's quite a lot of rivets and panel lines and stuff like that. I think they just get a bit lost in the colour. If you've gone to the trouble of sanding them flat, or maybe even re-riveting them, re-panel lining or whatever, I think that those sort of stencil decals will stand out a bit more. But other than that, it's a decent little kit. It's a plane that not many people know much about. And I enjoyed making it, and it's pretty reasonably priced. As with all of these smaller vintage classics, the price is basically paying for the decals, because they're really expensive, coming from Cartograph, and they're properly crisp, properly sharp, good color density, and so on. But that's where most of your money is going. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Also this week I had finally was able to publish my build of the P47, the Gabby Gabreski P47 in 1/48th scale from Academy. I really liked building that. The pieces went together so nicely. I've had a lot of people saying, what about the engine cowling, because they've had problems with the engine cowl fitting. I have to say I didn't. I really didn't. The two parts of the engine cowling went together fine. They slotted on fine. Perhaps actually the fit, once it goes over the engine, perhaps the fit's a little loose. But do you know what? I liked making it. Colour scheme was fine. Had a bit of an issue with the paints, the primer not sticking to the plastic. I had to repaint quite a lot of it. But other than that, oh, and they came up with dry decals for the lettering on the side, and I really don't like that. But the kit itself, I think, looks pretty good. I'm really happy with it. Happy I built it. Hope you're happy with the video. We also had a live stream on Thursday night. Huge apologies for the first 15 minutes, which of course I figured it out. It was a scheduling issue. It's a scheduling issue. I had it scheduled on my YouTube site through the software on YouTube, whereas I should have scheduled it through the software on the program I use, OBS, which is what I've done in the past. So why I did it differently, I'm not sure. But anyway, next time I'll program it entirely through OBS, and then everything will run like clockwork. Once we got it up and running, I think we had a good night. It was a good evening of chatter and banter, and I learned quite a lot from you guys. Hope you learned some stuff from me too, but I enjoyed it, and we'll be doing another one first Thursday of July, 8 o'clock in the evening. Don't miss it. Okay, all of that kind of brings me on to the kit of the week. Now, this week, the kit of the week is one of Nick's kits, one of Nick's mystery kits. It is I'm going to disappear now, the Terra Cruiser with the Mace missile in 1/32 scale. This is the first kit that Nick sent me. It's taken me quite a while to build it because I've been doing it kind of in the background. But it's done now, and I'll be putting up the build videos in the week. Now, there'll be a build video of the first part will be the MM1, the tractor unit, if you like, mass mover tractor unit at the beginning. The second video will be about the missile trailer and the missile itself, building those. So that essentially completes the kit. There'll also be a video about the figures that come with it. The figures that come with it are in a pretty poor state, I have to say, massively undershot pieces, and there's work to do with them. So I'll be doing some work on those, painting them up, getting the figures looking cool as well. So there'll be a separate video on the figures. So that's 3 videos. I might do something on the history of it as well, and the history of the Mace missile. It's an intriguing vehicle. I'll see what I can do, see what I can fit in time-wise. I also do have a couple of airbrushes to review, so I will be doing reviews of those over the next few weeks. Hopefully there'll be something about coming out as well. So it's going to be some busy old times. There's more kits on the way. There's more stuff on the way for me to build this one, to review, and all the rest of it as well. It's never going to be a dull moment, I hope, here on the channel. So how are you going to know what a multitude of videos are coming out as they come out? Well, what you're going to do, I hope, is subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell, you'll be notified of everything of mine that pops up on the channel as it does. And of course, anything you like on my channel, please do give it the imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Take good care now, and goodbye.